If you have a large script in the bolt and you are getting lost in it, you might want to consider using subgraphs. This is what the script looks like without subgraphs, and you can make it look like this. Obviously the script that I have here is pretty small, but what subgraphs allow you is to create a custom function where you can define your own inputs and outputs. So you can see that I have just some basic graph which takes two numbers. You can see that I have the number 1, number 2. This just tells me if the number 1 is greater than the number 2, and then it tells me by how much it is greater or how much it is smaller. So just a pretty simple graph. When you want to create your custom function, you can just create something called Subgraph. Before it was called Supernodes, so if you are using the older version of Bolt, you might find Supernode. So we have the subgraph. We can obviously give it some title, so I can name it less or greater. We can just double click it, and now we are in the subgraph. Here you can see that we are in the less or greater graph, and if you click on the game object, which is the main graph, you can easily get from one graph to another, but we will stay here for some time. You can see that we have some input and some output, which is just input and output of this node that we will create. Here you can see that we can define some trigger inputs, trigger outputs, data inputs and data outputs. The trigger inputs and outputs is just the flow, the green arrow that you connect from one node to another. So for this we definitely want to have trigger input, so we can just hit plus. We can name this, for example, flow start. You want to make sure that you have different names for all of the inputs and outputs that you have here, so that's why I'm giving the start here. We can hide the label so we are not able to see it here, like this. And yeah, we have the flow. When I get back to the main script, you can see that I can now, for example, from the start, I can actually trigger this node. We will also need to have the input for those two numbers. So this is the data inputs. So I can add the first one, which will be the number 1, and I can select the type. Here you can select from all of the types that you want. This is going to be just a float, and you can also set it some default value. So this can be 0, for example, and I can also add second one, which will be for the number 2. And right now for this function, I'm not going to be needing any outputs, but you can do it the same way as with the inputs. You can set some data output, for example, the float, which could tell you by how much it is greater or smaller. Or you can also set the trigger output, which I think that I can do for now, and make sure that you set it a different name, so flow end, hide the label, and now here in the subgraph we can actually do the scripting the same way as you can do it in the normal graph. So because I'm going to be adding just all of that into the subgraph, I can just copy it, go into the subgraph and paste it here. We are comparing the two numbers, so I will import them here like that. Then we have the flow, which you can connect to the if, and then again to those numbers I can just set it like that. And also another nice thing about the subgraphs is that they obviously have different graph variables from the main graph. So in the main graph I have two graph variables, but when I go to the subgraph you can see that it has its own variables. So I can, for example, here set the number 1, set the number 2, and then get it from the graph variables. Now the subgraph looks like this. It is nothing too complicated, but the good thing about it is that you can easily copy the subgraph and you don't have a lot of code here, which is definitely better than having it like this. And each time when you want to call the function, you can import different numbers. And you can see the results are all correct. So I definitely recommend to you to be using the subgraphs because it can make the code look a lot better. I hope that this video was useful. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in next videos. Bye!